Hello everybody, it's Finwin here. Here I am back with Europa Universalis IV, playing as Austria with the Habsburg dynasty. So where I last left off, I was trying to get a PU over Bohemia, try to get someone on my dynasty onto his throne, but that didn't happen, and instead he gets the awesome event on which he gets a really awesome ruler to take over from the Podobrad dynasty to rule Bohemia. So congratulations for him on that. Poland did, however, get his PU over Lithuania, so I can start taking advantage of the elective monarchy as long as I can start building up some crazy diplomatic reputation. So at this moment, I've only got 15% chance increase per month, which is better than what most people are working with, except for Brandenburg, who somehow has 16%. So at this point, I am rolling with a diplomatic reputation advisor to try to help me out in that regards, but that will only get me so far. I would say that with my legitimacy, I could bring that up a little bit to help increase that percentage. I think at most, doing a strength in government, 10 legitimacy, I think that bumped it up to 16%. But for early game stuff, that's probably not the best idea because I do need to get military tech 4 before I decide to start attacking people. With that said, I was debating on going to war with Venice. But that might be a bad idea. Only because he has a lot of friends that will come and help him out. And I have no friends that want to help me out. So I will definitely get whooped in that regards. But I do have Bavaria here, who is not being the best of princes in the sense of not paying attention to me as far as me trying to tell him to. I haven't actually told him yet, but if I were to tell him to return Ansbach as a independent prince, duchy, principality, I'm not quite sure what the exact title would have been back in the Holy Roman Empire days. But if I did tell him, he would say no, and that would bring down my imperial authority by 1, which I kind of want to build up as fast as I can, as quick as I can, and having that 1 minus sets me back basically somewhere between, with this modifier I'm working with right now, somewhere between like 6 months to a year of progress. But I do notice that he is about to have a good engagement with some of his noble rebels. So, in that regards, what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you over there, I'm going to send you there, and I'm thinking, since now I safely have an heir to take over for Friedrich after he passes away, let's make Friedrich into a general. Not the best general. But for early game, at least he has 2 pips that will, at least one of them is in shock. So let me see how this works, because I forget whether or not if he'll give me a casus belli if I tell him to revoke it. If he doesn't revoke it, and like I said, he's going to say no, so I'm going to lose a year's of progress. But on that note, I really have nothing else going on at the moment. But then again, that might be a waste of time. Let's just let it roll. I'm in a pretty awkward position right now. Because the next thing I got to look forward to will be with Hungary and my potential personal union over him. Looks like Bavaria did win his fight. So I wasn't paying attention to it exactly. Instead of losing my progress to Imperial Authority by 6 months to a year, I might as well just let this roll right now. Don't have to worry about the nobilities rising, because that should go down before it will fire off. Burgundy's fighting England for trade protection. An awkward CB to use since England is totally going to beat you in that regard. I could be the first one to take this tech, or I could wait until someone gets it before me and it gives me a 5% discount on it. The Renaissance hasn't fired yet. More likely it will fire in 6 months here. But I'm willing to wait 6 months and a year to get that 5% discount. Even willing to wait until I could get at least 1% discount, which would then, add another 5 years on top of that, or for another 4 years or something like that. But it also depends on if the Renaissance fires off the bat or not. So what's my current mission? Here, become the Papal Controller. So as I discussed last time, France usually tends to be the Holy See early game with very little competition. I mean, Venice could definitely invest a lot into it. There are some other ones that could invest a little bit here and there, like England, Castile, Naples even. But I'm going to give France a run for his money. Just to get that Holy See early game will be pretty beneficial. And so I'm working with a 2/3 of a chance, while France is only working with 1/3. But France could easily bump that up. But you didn't. Papal State pumped up 25%. Now, I could be saving money here by not paying my troops. I probably should have done that earlier, but oh well. I was planning on going to war with people, but I'm holding back on that right now. Friedrich is just. That's nice. But I don't think unrest is going to be an issue early game, since all the provinces I have are pretty loyal to me. I mean, if I were to conquer somebody, that'd be a different story. I do have a lazy diplomat. I should get this guy, Joseph Meinl, to work. So where would he best serve me? Where would he best help me out? I just realized something. Let me see if you want some access. No. Opinions, reasons. Because I would assume the Ottomans would just came over here and start just stomping down Venice's main land here. But I don't think he has access to do that. Because he's got access to Hungary. And even Athens has given him access. But he has no access in the sense of me giving him access. I mean, I'll be willing to give y'all access to each other so y'all can just fisticuffs each other. So let's see if the Renaissance hits here. And it surely does. Question is, where is it? It is in Milan. So not too far. Ideally, I would want it to be. It's going to be one of the Italian states. So like Venice would have been a good one for me. But I mean, that's still relatively close. I can still work with that. Yep, I still got a lazy diplomat. I'm kind of forgetting about him. Is my. You know what? I can improve relations with Poland, and I think that also increases the modifier as well to give me a higher chance per month to get more votes. Are they called votes? I'm just gonna call them votes. Or favors. maybe? I don't know. So here are we looking at? Do I want to lose stability? Not necessarily. Do I want to make the nobility upset? No. So this is a double no. Do I want to lose tax? No. Which do I want to make the nobility happy? Well, I mean, with their influence right now, they give me a higher recovery rate. I'm not going to give them over 60, but I'm just going to take this choice. I mean, tax is my second highest. Actually, it is my highest way of making income, followed by gold. So I see that people have these two tax. Let's take this one. Now, before the end of the year, I might start considering about taking admin, because from the point you get a institution out there, you would want to try to negate the whole 1% that it adds on every year to make tech more expensive. As far as it being set up like that, I mean, mechanic-wise, I guess it makes sense, but like ideally, it doesn't make sense. I mean, I guess it might make sense. All right, so Venice just got done with a war. Let's see where he's at right now. Still allied to Genoa, still has all his little friends. I didn't. I should have read that. I'm sure Albania's gone. Corfu's gone. Naxos is no longer a vassal of Venice. So Venice pretty much lost his vassals. And he lost his good old friend Albania. I guess if they were friends. So Bohemia got an heir. Which, you know, pretty average, but not so average on the military part. But, I mean, yeah. 666, that is ridiculous. Still rolling, still paying attention to what everyone else is doing. Nothing crazily out of the ordinary. Still another 5 years. Maybe something with Hungary will happen. Hungary does have some big friends, so enforcing a personal union over him might be an issue if that becomes the choice I have to take with him to get him under a personal union. So here we are, rocking at the end of December, and no one else has seemed to take in admin at this point. So the question is here, should I wait another 4 years and potentially get a percentage discount through somewhere between 4 to 1%? Or should I just take it now? Which the only advantage that would really give me is I can start building these churches here a little bit faster, which will increase my income. Early game, I'm really, besides the whole diplo point part of it, I'm usually pretty adamant about saving monarch points, so I'm just going to let it roll for another couple years if necessary to get a discount. So it just happens to someone decided to take it maybe at the beginning of this year, so now I got a 4% discount at least. So let's do that, because 4 is probably as good as it's going to get. So definitely like the addition they did with the way you can check out what buildings will work best in what provinces. Of course, Vienne is going to be number 1, so let's do that. Now, I could have waited until I embraced the Renaissance to get, because like once you embrace the institution, you get discount in the sense of construction costs and development costs, 5%, so basically 5 ducats. But I'm just going to get that rolling as soon as possible. My mustache is itchy. Just so that I can just get the income flowing faster. Start ramping it up sooner. Am I as good as far? Oh, so this I should definitely be keeping my eye on. Because it's pretty important for me to maintain the emperorship if I want to take advantage of the benefits that come with it. So at this point, the Platinate would be a good choice. I could probably improve relations with these two, but I am not going to rely on them to vote for me. So I'm not going to invest my time in making them happy for me. So yeah, I mean, I wish I was actually doing some wars, getting some, so basically improving my power base. But it looks like Bohemia has decided to make me a rival. How do I feel about that? Meh. But Poland, as usual, is taking a good amount from Teutonic Order and making Teutonic Order pay him boats loads of money. So at this point, Teutons are pretty much GG'd. Usually the first war between them and Poland is usually the deciding factor of whether or not the Teutonic Order is going to play it big or just going to cease to exist in the next couple wars here. So here we get a... I could press issue. I don't want to lose stability. Don't necessarily want to make Austria upset. Not Austria. Hungary upset, but I think you'll be okay. Alright, so now we got 3 votes secured here. So I could pull this back, but I think I'm just going to let this roll all the way to the max. Since I am not going to have that 5th one for... No, I need to save it for Hungary. I'm assuming it's going to happen here in 3 years. I think... You know what? I'm not quite sure what the requirements are exactly to influence him, by him meaning Hungary, to allow a free personal union over, for me to have that free personal union over him. But I'm just going to improve relations just to see if maybe that might increase my chances. I mean, this is good. I could live with this odds right now for maintaining the emperorship. Importing naval supplies. I would like to take mercantilism, but monarch points and improving relations with Hungary. So let's do that. Very rarely will I decline free monarch points unless the other decision is much more beneficial, or in a sense it gives me more monarch points theoretically. So like for example, if I were to get 50 monarch points versus free stability, I'll probably take the free stability, because at this stage of the game, getting stability, I mean, since this will be a next tier because of that plus 50% positive stability plus 50, that's 150 monarch points I have to spend to get that. So would I rather theoretically get 150 monarch points or just 50? This decision's a little poopy. Don't like it too much. Missionary strength is not going to be something I'm needing right now. Tech cost will save me some monarch points. The clergy will not get upset enough. So, philosopher. Granted, I do lose stability. Georgia got a PU over M already. But now it's, we're looking at 100 here. Can I make that cheaper? Nope. I mean, I could spend a little money, make them happy, but I can't do that until 55. I've already did that early game. So, I mean, I already teched as far as admin, even though I would like to get the idea group rolling here as fast as possible. getting prosperity is pretty nice. Because it won't progress unless I have positive stability. So... you know, I'm just gonna just ride at 0 stability for now. Let's go war with Byzantium. And he's pretty much gonna lose. Cheaper military tech. I'm gonna let this event roll for a little bit so that I can take advantage of it, hopefully at a later date. But that should allow me to say 10% of, if it's based off the base, that's another 60 military points saved right there. I'm not sure if the percentages are applied to just the base or if it's applied to, I think it's just applied to the base. Because I mean, other than that, it would be applied to what it would be at, which is 550, which I don't think that's the case. So once this event fires off right here, I should have enough monarch points to take up for military. So that 10% on top of that, which brings it down to 490. But I mean, other percentages can kind of influence that number too. So, you know, granted there is that 2% renaissance going on me. I might as well take this now. The earlier you get military tech, the better. Got the republics getting their new leaders. Milan has embraced the Renaissance. Renaissance is looking pretty slow in my region. Let's get another church rolling. Now, can I influence the Renaissance to spread faster into my territory at this point? And if so, is it worth it? I forget what the modifier is as far as like if you have such a big negative modifier towards somebody, they won't spread their institution to you as fast. But I think it might be a negative 100, but negative 59, that's okay. Because I mean, I could enact policies to increase the spread percentage. Increasing 200% of 0.25. That's a pretty small number still. But where would I be embracing it first is the question. So, yeah, it already looks like Vienne is getting it the fastest. What is Vienne plus? 0.23. Mainly because it's the development that's given it that increase. So we would expect this to be here at 1486 with no additional help. Let's just let it roll. I don't plan on... I mean, I do want to get admin tech as fast as possible. Should I ally Aragon? I initially married him just to get the chance to get my dynasty on his throne, but that didn't happen. So at this point, I'm just going to let it roll to 1455. See when Ladulus, how you pronounce it? Ladulus. Oh, thank you, Castile. Once he comes of age, we will see as far as if the event goes my way or if it goes the other way. I personally feel like it'll give me. I think the base chance of it is always going to be 20%. I've read it a few times in the past. I could look at it again right now, but I just kind of want to just play this game. Nothing interesting is happening, but I expect some good stuff to happen soon. Burgundy's still doing his trade war with England. I guess land-wise, he's going to beat England, but I don't think he's going to be... Ooh, his capital is sieged. I just want to check this out real quick. So he is losing his war. To England. Which could potentially fire off the Burgundian inheritance. If that happens, that will increase my power base significantly, and that will change the way I play this game too. Because even having his capital siege increases that chance quite a bit. But let's look at this. Here we have... Why Tyrol? Did I put the burghers here? The burghers will gain loyalty. They will come take Tyrol. Oh, I don't want them taking this though. I forget what they do. They remove local production efficiency, trade power. Actually, that won't be necessarily a bad thing. If it were these two estates that would have taken it, that they would reduce the production, and I need the production to help generate gold. But since the burghers are taking it and giving it base tax, I mean that's pretty nice. Now this shouldn't be getting cut down, but it is. I thought my understanding of this meant removes local autonomy for production efficiency. But maybe that just means the efficiency, which might be a different, just like a modifier on it. But it will still give 25% reduction to its base production, maybe? I don't know. But I think once a year is over, I'm definitely revoking that. Because I want to make my money. And having my gold reduced by a fourth, I think, is no bueno. But I do need to take a quick break, so I'll be right back. Alright, back. Yeah, unfortunately this is just going to be an uneventful episode. Unless I can make something happen here. So I'm trying to get to 1455. Grass is looking like a... Doesn't have a fort. It has grain, so it wouldn't necessarily be the best for a nobility province. Production, I think I'm going to go with tax so I can just make more money. Could potentially be a good... So Burgundy ended his war, basically paying England money. The war that he started. Good job, Burgundy. But yeah, Hungary. Hungary. That is my... what I have to look forward to right now. So he's 14. I believe he'll be on the throne. Ends on 22nd of February. So next year we should see something happen somewhere between the end of February to the beginning of March. Hungary is topped off as far as relations. So let's go back to Poland. Increase that. I gonna let that roll for a month and look at this real quick. I'm still in a good position to maintain emperorship, so I am losing sailors. Alright. Question though is, should I take this now and start working on my first idea group? I will get production efficiency early on, and I will get the bonus production efficiency for the next 12 years, which is really good for gold making. So yes, I'm going to take it early. I'm just going to eat the little bit of admin increased cost there. I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to start working on diplomatic ideas, because as a Christian nation, it's pretty powerful to have this idea right here to be able to get PUs over people. As the emperor, it's just pretty helpful to have an extra diplomat to help maintain relations within the empire and outside the empire. With that said, let's look at Papal State. Might as well get that going again. Is this the same guy as before? Looks like it. So he still is kicking around. Right now, me and France are pretty equal to get the Holy See, but I'm going to change that. The Pope just annexed Urbino. Alright, so that time is coming up pretty soon. England and the War of Roses ends with the York dynasty. Alright, so the moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Lattice is now in control of Hungary. What is going to happen? Ooh. Alright. The Hungarian throne. The Queen Consort Regent of Hungary has suddenly died, rather suspiciously leaving the throne vacant. The Hungarian Diet has ignored that their former Queen Consort Regent belonged to the Habsburg dynasty and elected their own Queen Consort Regent, completely ignoring our legitimate claim to the throne. So, I didn't get the free personal union. Hungary is packing some pretty strong friends. War is the continuation of politics by other means. Austria gained restoration of union, casus belli on Hungary. So, with that being what it is, that means that I'm going to have to, if I really want that personal union, I'm going to have to fight for it. I probably should start paying my troops. I probably should have thought ahead of time and started moving in this general direction. I mean, I got time. With the restore the Union Casus Belli, I do have some time. I don't know where it'll say the time frame. Good relations. I don't want that. So hold on. Let me set this up. So I'm gonna insult you. So I don't think that we will have the good relations modifier anymore. I'll see this in June 2nd. Alright. Now, no more good relations to knock down my stability and give me war exhaustion. I will have to deal with Castile, Aragon, Lucca, and Florence. With Aragon, there's Naples as well. So there's going to be a lot of enemies. But, granted, seeing Poland with some rebels here right now, I do have Poland, I do have Saxony to help me in this fight. I will lose Castile as a friend. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about this. What do y'all think? Definitely like to hear some feedback. Should I do the war, or should I just leave it be? I mean, I haven't been doing much in this game besides just building up my economy. And, I mean, I should start bringing in Italy into the fold. I should have started that earlier. But I was really hoping for other events to fire off. But comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.